The Minister of Women Affairs and Social Development is playing host to heads of government agencies, and the latest are officials of the National Gas Expansion Project. Statistics from the National Gas Expansion Project shows that a total of 2.3 billion women in sub-Saharan Africa use firewood, kerosene or coal for cooking. These practices, according to the report, continues to affect the health, environment and livelihood of women and children.
The beautiful thing about, Nigeria...
However, the chairman of the National Expansion Project has a plan to reduce this trend.
Just to put it in perspective, to say this country has gas for cooking. If we're able to implement, and I can assure you, the Honorable Minister is very, very determined, and she's committed to this, and she will make history. We will crash the price of cooking gas from 18,000. So our objective, the Honorable Minister of Women Affairs objective, is to crash it to 3,000. Exactly. Now imagine what that will do for the home front, which means the cost of energy will reduce. And the interesting thing with the same LPG is that you can use that same LPG for power generation.
The Minister of Women Affairs is elated at this intervention and is hopeful of its ripple effects to women and the society at large.
We shouldn't be losing our lives because we're cooking for our families. I think this is the call to action. We're happy to collaborate with you to see that we achieve the same sort of success stories like that of India and Indonesia. One thing that we complain about in Nigeria is the size. In some countries, when you say women are 50% or over 50%, you're talking about 10, 15, 7 million. In Nigeria, we're talking about over hundreds of millions of women. And what the Indian story does for me is that we can still do it.
I will now give
Top officials from the National Council on Climate Change were also at the conference room of the ministry to discuss how this intervention can better the lot of women and children in the country.
We are hugely impacted by the impact of climate change, and women are one of the vulnerable groups. And you cannot talk about addressing climate change in the country without understanding the role of women as women who are affected and also women who are solution providers. As much as we are being impacted by the impacts of climate change, we also have the solutions to this.
These interventions are expected to improve the lives of women and children, especially in rural areas.
Thank you.